Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stardust Galaxy Warriors Vlogs. It's been a little while now since the last episode and we've been doing something meanwhile here, and I think Ville has some good points about explaining what's been up.
Yeah, so we already last time when we did the vlog, we already talked about that we were doing a project that we're not allowed to talk about and stuff like that, and we're still not 100% sure how much we're about to talk about it now, but it's kind of over now. And basically, what we're doing is we were doing, I guess from my point of view, from game philosophical point of view, you could say we were doing or an artistic point of view, doing a bad thing in the sense that we were doing stuff for money. And basically, what we were doing is we had this deal with a company after some very elaborate things and communication stuff like that we were making a mobile version of this game. We were doing it for 2 months for money, but in the end what happened was that the vision wasn't clear enough, or like there were differences in what they wanted and what we were providing, and also the fact that of course we are PC developers, we want to do PC stuff, and some of our carrying philosophies are stuff such as the concept of fun and like no grind, no necessarily commitment, just sit down, have fun, stuff like that. Whereas with mobile, and of course, we're making a mobile game, of course it has to be free to play. So we're making free to play, and free to play is all about like grind and making people commit and designing all these clever traps on how to get people committed, how to make people buy things, stuff like that. Whereas the PC version was and still is supposed to be something where you buy it once and then you play it with whoever. And I'm not sure if we particularly like the idea of having DRM, but of course we are on Steam, so whatever is easiest for us at this point. But anyway, so basically what happened is that the project was axed, like we decided to part ways with the other company. We still got to keep some of the money, which got us going, and now we are moving full steam back to PC version development, which we can talk about. And the good news is, I guess, which we already kind of alluded to in last month, years ago when we were younger and we were still doing regular vlogs. We said that we have new tech and stuff like that, and we do, because we were not really making like even though we were making a mobile version, we were making it for high-end mobile devices. So a lot of the assets we made with doubling texture sizes, doing some rework on model, stuff like that, a lot of the stuff we did we can directly use on the PC version. That's what we are going to do, and the optimizations we had to make for mobile will be super helpful for PC. We can have way more bullets on the screen now. We can have a lot of other cool stuff too, and we're also a little bit reworking the art style to be a little bit more consistent with the workflows of our artists. We are still sticking to the kind of cartoony, silly, a lot of colors, stuff like that. We're sticking to our roots, but we are getting rid of some redundant effects that were expensive for processing-wise, expensive for no massive benefit. For example, one thing that we discussed and in the end decided to get rid of is the black strokes around all models. We're doing it in a bit different way, because it's actually the way we were doing it is actually pretty expensive, and it's a very minor effect, and we think that we can create nicer looking things with this new way. But anyway, so that's going on, and of course, so now we are aiming for launch in September. At what point in September? Hopefully early, but probably like the last week or something, but that's what we are aiming for. Basically, we are now in the process of taking things from the PC version, taking things from the mobile version, putting them together, and then like kind of starting to build on that base. So approximately we've set aside 2 weeks for putting these things together and getting into full-blown development again. So by that time we will already be showing stuff. Hopefully we can already show stuff next week. It would be really cool.
Yeah, also, I think we can. Also, we're like taking a direction, like Ville said, that we are taking what's good about the mobile version and combining it with the PC version and expanding on what's really the best about the visual style and everything.
Because mobile version has some really good moment-to-moment gameplay. Whereas with PC, like personally at least, I like controllers much more than touchscreens, and you have local co-op and stuff like that, which are things we of course want to have. Mobile didn't have any of those, but mobile had like the act of actually blowing stuff up and stuff like this is that's much better. Well, much better in mobile, and like everything felt more fluid. So we tried to translate that over to PC. But please don't think that like we are now selling out and we are like it's going to be some half-assed mobile port or something
that's absolutely not the case.
Even when we were making a mobile thing, it was still the whole point was to make a PC game for mobile, and in the end it simply turned out that that's not possible to do in a way that was satisfying to our customers. So, and that is the reason. But even then we were still aiming for PC, even though we had to have some mobile stuff in there. And now we are like fully still, the game is still going to be, I hate saying like premium app, you know, like it's going to be something where you buy it once and then you can just play with whoever in local co-op, like you only need one copy, stuff like this. So we are not particularly pro DRM. Obviously we are on Steam, but anyway. But I guess that's most stuff. Of course, this didn't really explain that much, but we will now aim to make more regular vlogs again, and we might also expand out on what we do. We might have ones where it's not about Stardust Galaxy Warriors, it's about the company stuff, because we have other stuff going on too, stuff like that. But anyway, I guess
maybe next week we can already show some stuff that we'll be making, and you can get a like concrete view on some of the upgrades that have been happening and stuff like that.
Hopefully. But until then, I guess like
I think we're done here.
We're done here. Let's go.
See you next week.
Some games. See you next week.